History shows that civilizations collapse. Unfortunately, we act as if we have not learned anything from those who came before us. They would have told us to treat the causes, not just the symptoms of our illness. While many of the symptoms are political, the causes go much deeper. In fact, they go to the very core of our psyche and consciousness, both as individuals, but also as nations and humanity as a whole. Fortunately, we can still save ourselves, but the gate is narrow and it might not stay open forever. Thousands of years of nearly omnipotent rulers have gotten us into a strange love-hate relationship with the state and with those who govern us. We say that governments cannot do anything well, but we still expect something from them. We say that governments and politicians are corrupt, but we are corrupt ourselves. We want them to change, but we refuse to change ourselves. It is always their fault, never ours. But the buck starts and stops with us. Politicians are mere tools. They are the manifestations of our dreams into reality. In 1938, Carl Jung described Hitler as the loudspeaker which magnifies the whisper of the German soul. That is how politicians get into power. They convince us to give them the power over our own lives. And they do this so well that they somehow make us believe that it's for our benefit and that we should be grateful to them and that we should pay them for doing this. And they actually choose this as careers. I mean, they grow up, they go to school wanting power over other people. But because the cause of our downfall is not political, no politician can save us. Looking for a messiah in politics is a fatal mistake. And any civilization that has put their ruler and God at the same level or at a similar level failed and will always fail. There needs to be something more than us. The real cause of our downfall is our own arrogance. We have conditioned ourselves to believe that we deserve something from the world. This makes us feel and act like the supreme beings of the earth. But we are not as good as we think. Pride and arrogance are a very dangerous combination. They destroy empires. And once again, any empire that started to feel like this failed eventually. Conversion by the sword does not work in long term. It might work in short term, but eventually it is going to fail. This is why whenever, let's say, the Catholic Church started to behave too much like a state, it started to fail, and then the Reformation happened and things went back to normal when the church behaved more like a religion, and the government was the government, the state was the state. The only thing we can really do is lead by a good example. If our example is truly good, others will follow. And even if they don't, it is their decision to make. The individual's choice between good and evil cannot be collectivized. And any attempt towards this collectivization of individual responsibility leads to disasters. Usually, millions and millions of people die. We have been given the key to our redemption and to stopping the fall of Europe a long time ago. The key to our redemption is independence from our own egos. There needs to be something more than us. We cannot be the judge. We cannot be the final, the highest moral being of the earth or of the universe. This is somewhat, I guess, fundamental to humanity that we do this. I mean, the humanity emerged, humans became conscious, they became the most powerful creature on the earth, and then they wanted to become like God. Like God. They wanted to be the highest moral authority, and we all know what happened after that, and we've been dealing with the consequences of this since then. And this is what we see today happening in politics, not just in Europe, but all over the world. The key to this is religion. The key to this is humility. The beginning of humility is wisdom. It is to know that we are not, or to at least accept that we have no right to judge others morally, that we are not the ones who will do the final judgment in the end. And the beginning of all this is the fear of God, not in a religious sense perhaps, but in a sense that there is something higher than us. This is the only way Europe can be saved.